In this video, I'm going to tell you what are the most important things and essential things you need to do when you come to Finland for the first time to work or study. So if you're going to come here as a tourist just to visit Finland, I'm also going to show you the city a little bit. So it is worth watching it, I think. Yeah, keep watching the video. So. So basically this is day 6, I believe, since I started my challenge. The challenge was actually I wanted to create, share and post videos on YouTube about different things, sharing my experiences with you guys, showing the city to you, talk about different things. But the point was actually posting video every single day, and that is my challenge at this point. I think there's still 94 days still to go, so long way to finish it. Yeah, let's start talking about the steps you need to follow for the first time when you come to Finland. Those steps are really important for the first time. Just pay attention to this point, that this what I'm gonna talk about is for people that are going to come here for work or study. If you want to come here as a refugee, well, it doesn't work like that, I think. I'm not sure, but I think the way is a little bit different. So the very first thing you need as an immigrant when you come to Finland, when you are not a citizen here, the very first thing you need to have is Finnish ID. And this is a really good thing about Finland, is that when you come here to study or work for a long time, at least 1 year, they give you a Finnish ID. Basically with Finnish ID, they count you as their own. I mean, they say that basically with Finnish ID that you are one of us and you're part of our population. And so they don't see you as actually an immigrant. So you are one of them, and that's a good point. But the Finnish ID for the first few weeks could be a little bit challenging to get it. And there is a chance that when you want to apply for the resident permit from your country, the embassy already gives you the Finnish ID you want. But in most cases, they don't give it to you. So you need to apply to get the Finnish ID when you come to Finland. But what do you need Finnish ID even in the first place? Well, basically, you can get away without Finnish ID. You can do anything you want without Finnish ID. But one of the most important parts of having Finnish ID is that basically every organization first of all asks your Finnish ID. They needed to recognize you. Even if you don't have that, they just ask your name or your passport, but I think after a while it's really necessary to have the Finnish ID. Otherwise they just look at you as an immigrant who are not really qualified for, the services. So it's really good to apply as soon as possible for Finnish ID. But how you can actually apply for that? The very first thing you need to do, you need to go to DVV. Basically, it's their digital population services, and you need to apply there. So they get your documents, and they just they count you as their own population, and then after that they give you the Finnish ID you want. But to go to DVV organization, their digital population agency, something like that, you need to actually get an appointment, and it's really difficult sometimes to get the appointment in the earliest time possible. It's probably, in most cases, it takes 1 to 3 months to actually get an appointment. So it's better to apply for that, to get an appointment before even you come to Finland. When you get your resident permit actually from the embassy, that's the best time to apply for that. So keep this in mind, because when I wanted to come here, I didn't know about this. The embassy didn't give me my Finnish ID. Then I came here and I had a lot of problems in the beginning, and then I wanted to get my Finnish ID. I applied, but actually it took a lot of time to give me the appointment I need at DVV to hand over my documents. Long story short, just get your appointment, book your appointment at DVV at the earliest time possible. So the second thing you need to do after getting your Finnish ID, you need to apply for a Finnish card. Actually, it's a card which includes your Finnish ID and other information about you, but it's really important. It's something different from the resident permit card. Resident permit card is really important, and you will get it from the embassy. But to get the Finnish ID, basically Finnish identity card, you need to apply it from here. After you come to Finland, you need to apply it from the police station. Police station is responsible for that, and they do it for you, but you need to have your Finnish ID before that. I think there is no need to book an appointment there. Just you can go there. There is a long queue always, mostly, but actually it's not long that much. It takes a couple of hours to get that, but that's fine, I think. So having the Finnish ID card and the Finnish ID itself are really important. Those two things are really important. And basically this third thing you need to do, basically, if you want to work or study, it doesn't matter, you need to have a bank account. Basically you can open a bank account without having a Finnish ID or Finnish ID card, and you can just open the bank account with your passport. But it could take a little bit longer because they want to check your background, and it's a little difficult for them. It took long enough for me. It took about 2 months to open my bank account, even 3 months, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you already have your Finnish ID card, it's gonna be faster. Also, the other important thing is that basically to do everything online in Finland, all the organizations are connected to each other, and you can do anything and everything online. But you need to have your strong identification. You need to have online identification. And online identification can be done via your bank credentials or other ways that they actually show it to you. But the best way actually to do strong identification is to have the bank credential. To make the bank give you that, you need to have identity card. Without that, they don't give you that. They don't. They just open the bank for you, but they don't actually give you the permission to be able to do that, a strong identification. I mean, so you need to have your Finnish ID and your Finnish ID card. That's an important part. So that was my lunchtime. I'm going back to the office. I will tell you if I remember something else. Yeah, for now. And I almost forgot to say that the very first thing you need to do is getting your tax card, especially if you're coming here to work or study a PhD. So to get your tax card, you need to go to Vero offices and you need to apply for that. It doesn't take long to get your tax card, but it's necessary to do that. But the good point about that is that even if you don't have your Finnish ID, that's okay. As soon as you get your tax card, they give you the Finnish security code or Finnish ID, and it is really important because I remember that when I wanted to go to the bank to open a bank account, in that time my time for getting the to going to DVV for getting the Finnish ID was way after than the time for the bank. So by that time I had already went to Vero office to get my tax card, and they gave me my Finnish ID, and then with that Finnish security code I went to the bank office and opened my bank account. And but they didn't give me the permission to use a strong identification, online identification, because I didn't have my Finnish ID card. But having the Finnish ID made things easier for me. So if you haven't got your Finnish ID by the time you want to go to the bank, so the best and the quickest way to get that is going to the tax department, Vero office actually. Vero offices to get your tax card, and with the tax card they just they just generate a Finnish ID for you, and then after that the DVV office use that Finnish ID. I'm not sure how it works behind the scene, but this was my experience. And I think the very next thing you need to do is buying a SIM card. And to buy a SIM card, actually you can just go to a supermarket, just give a prepaid SIM card. But the problem with that is that actually if you lose that SIM card, you won't be able to actually recover it. And so if you open your bank account with that SIM card, or open other accounts and just give your number to different organizations, and if you lose that SIM card, you will lose that number forever, and you can't recover the number. So that's the problem with having a prepaid SIM card. And actually after 1 year of not using that, you eventually lose that SIM card. But it's really good when you just came to Finland, and basically at the airport you just want to have a SIM card and internet access, so you can go with prepaid SIM card. But then after that you can apply for, actually you can buy a SIM card with subscription. But I believe that's because you're not a citizen here and you just came to Finland, you need to pay some deposit money, 100 euros I think. So I think that's all I wanted to say. Just be prepared for coming to Finland, but everything's going to be really easy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. See you later.